In 1966, the young nation of the Congo teetered on the edge of chaos, barely 6 years removed from Belgian colonial rule. The streets of Leopoldville were alive with both hope and fear, a country rich in resources yet crippled by political instability. Amid this turmoil, a single man seized control: Joseph Désiré Mobutu, a former army officer whose reputation as a brilliant strategist and manipulative tactician had already begun to spread. Known for his chess-like mind and obsession with Machiavellian principles, Mobutu had mastered the art of betrayal and political calculation. That year, Mobutu made a move that would shock the nation and send ripples across the world. 5 of his political rivals, former ministers and influential figures, were publicly hanged before thousands of citizens. It was not merely an execution, it was a calculated spectacle of terror, a message that loyalty was mandatory and dissent would be destroyed. This moment would define the trajectory of Mobutu's rule, demonstrating a cold, methodical intelligence capable of manipulating allies and enemies alike, and a willingness to use fear as a weapon of governance for decades to come.
Before we dive in, don't forget to help our channel grow. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, share this video, and drop a comment below. Now, let's get into today's video.
The Congo gained independence from Belgium in 1960, but freedom came with turmoil. Political infighting, ethnic tensions, foreign interference, and military mutinies plunged the country into chaos. Patrice Lumumba, the Congo's first prime minister, emerged as a symbol of nationalist hope. Amid this instability, Joseph Désiré Mobutu rose rapidly through the military ranks. He presented himself as disciplined, apolitical, and capable of restoring order, a figure who could navigate the treacherous currents of Congolese politics. But beneath the surface, Mobutu was already practicing the skills that would define his rule: manipulation, betrayal, and strategic foresight. Before Mobutu ruled through fear, he learned the power of betrayal. Patrice Lumumba, his mentor, had trusted Mobutu with the command of the national army, and considered him almost like a little brother, so close that he would literally take Mobutu wherever he went, including sensitive political meetings and military operations. To the public, Mobutu appeared loyal and disciplined, yet privately he was already plotting his future ascent. Colleagues described him as an incredible chess player, able to anticipate moves and counter-moves with cold precision. Obsessed with Machiavellian principles, he manipulated allies and rivals alike, turning trust into a weapon. As Cold War tensions intensified, Western powers grew wary of Lumumba's nationalist and socialist leanings. Recognizing an opportunity, Mobutu staged a neutralization coup in September 1960, placing Lumumba under house arrest. He did not kill Lumumba himself. Instead, he handed him over to forces intent on murder, eliminating a rival while maintaining his image as a moderate soldier. Lumumba's assassination in January 1961 foreshadowed Mobutu's approach to power: destroy threats decisively while keeping one's hands ostensibly clean. In November 1965, Mobutu seized power in a military coup, suspended democratic institutions, and declared himself president. By this point, his reputation as a master strategist and manipulator was well established. Like a grandmaster at chess, he neutralized opponents before they even realized they were in danger. He embraced Machiavellian principles: power must be absolute, fear more effective than law, and loyalty always coerced or bought. Former allies, politicians, and military officers all posed potential threats, and Mobutu believed fear, not consensus, was the key to maintaining authority. Mobutu's regime identified 5 former ministers: Évariste Kimba, Jérôme Anani, Emmanuel Bamba, Alexandre Mahamba, and another high-ranking official, as particularly dangerous. They had served in previous governments and were seen as capable of rallying opposition to Mobutu's rule. According to military intelligence reports, they were allegedly plotting a coup to remove Mobutu, restore parliamentary democracy, and potentially invite foreign intervention. Whether the plot was real or fabricated is debated. Many historians believe it was exaggerated or entirely invented as a pretext to eliminate political rivals. In Mobutu's worldview, the mere possibility of disloyalty was enough to justify decisive action. The 5 men were placed under strict surveillance before being arrested in a coordinated operation. Mobutu ensured that none could warn the others or escape. Once in custody, they were interrogated under harsh conditions, facing psychological intimidation and isolation. Legal defense was obstructed, witnesses supportive of the accused risked arrest, and the trial was conducted under extraordinary military law, allowing for minimal transparency and rapid proceedings. Evidence was scant, but the verdicts were predetermined. The trial was framed for public consumption as a necessary act to protect national stability. State media portrayed the accused as dangerous conspirators, while behind the scenes, Mobutu's true motive was clear: eliminate rivals and instill fear. On June 2, 1966, the 5 men were publicly executed by hanging at a stadium in Leopoldville. The timing, location, and method were carefully orchestrated to maximize the psychological impact on the population. Mobutu did not attend in person, but the message was unmistakable. No one, not even former ministers, was beyond his reach. International reactions were shocked but muted. Western nations expressed private concern, but Cold War considerations and Mobutu's alignment with Western powers prevented direct intervention.
Dans nos démocraties, nous ne pendons pas les politiciens, nous n'exécutons pas les politiciens.
Mais, je vous répète encore ici, mon cher ami, nous ne sommes pas des Européens, nous ne sommes pas des Occidentaux, nous sommes plutôt nous autres des Bantous. Et puis, ne croyez pas, parce que nous avons été colonisés par les Occidentaux, que nous sommes devenus par là des Occidentaux, nous restons Bantous, et nous avons nos mœurs, qui ne sont pas le vôtre, qui ne seront jamais les vôtres.
C'est dire que la démocratie, telle que nous l'entendons, n'est pas applicable telle qu'elle ici, à votre avis?
On peut l'appliquer, mais pas à la lettre, comme chez vous.
Quelle est la nuance exacte alors?
La nuance, c'est que chez nous, le respect dû à un chef, par exemple, c'est quelque chose de sacré. On ne peut pas jouer ou blaguer avec un chef. Lorsqu'un chef décide, il décide, un point c'est tout. J'ai décidé au nom du haut commandement que nous sommes au pouvoir pour 5 ans. Et un point c'est tout. Il n'appartenait plus à un groupe de politiciens d'aller se mettre du côté des financiers pour provoquer encore des désordres ou des troubles dans ce pays. Ils l'ont fait, il fallait un exemple.
Within the Congo, fear silenced dissent. Citizens, officials, and military officers understood that disobedience could cost their lives. The event marked the start of Mobutu's use of terror as governance, a principle he would apply throughout his 32-year reign. 8 years later, Mobutu's ruthlessness intersected again with global spectacle. On the eve of the legendary 1974 Rumble in the Jungle between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, Mobutu ordered the execution of several political opponents. The killings took place in secret, but the proximity to the stadium where the fight would occur added a grim layer to the event. By the next day, blood from the executions was said to still be fresh under the ring. The world celebrated Ali's triumph, but in the Congo, the shadow of Mobutu's absolute power loomed over the spectacle, a chilling reminder that no arena, political or athletic, was safe from his control. This macabre event underscored the continuity of Mobutu's reign. Fear was not incidental, but a deliberate tool of governance, used to maintain obedience and eliminate dissent with ruthless efficiency.
La République du Zaïre! 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 Rwanda de la vie! Sese Seko Lombonya, oye! Sese Seko Salongo, oye! Salongo, oye! Mobutu, oye!
policier, Rio Mobutu mon bongicier, Rio Mobutu mon sipolé, Rio Mobutu le bâtisseur, Rio Mobutu le créateur.
The rumble in the jungle became forever intertwined with Mobutu's calculated cruelty, cementing his reputation as a leader whose authority was absolute, omnipresent, and terrifying. While figures like Idi Amin in Uganda and Jean Bedel Bokassa in the Central African Republic often dominate narratives of African brutality, their histories have frequently been exaggerated and sensationalized in international media. Amin and Bokassa became symbols of cruelty, sometimes portrayed almost mythically as monsters, while Mobutu's equally ruthless methods, public hangings, secret executions, and a decades-long reign of fear and corruption have, for the most part, remained less scrutinized in global memory. International media often highlighted his role as a Cold War ally, and his carefully cultivated image as a stabilizing figure overshadowed the scale of his atrocities. Mobutu's regime, though responsible for political murders, terror, and the systematic consolidation of power, has for decades been relatively sanitized in historical perception, demonstrating how international politics and media narratives can shape which dictators are remembered as monstrous and which are remembered as pragmatic, if authoritarian, rulers. From the public hangings of ministers in 1966 to the shadow over the rumble in the jungle in 1974, and in the betrayal of the mentor who once treated him like a little brother, Mobutu's reign serves as a chilling testament to the power of strategy, terror, and the absolute pursuit of dominance, an almost invisible yet profoundly terrifying force in African history.
Thanks for watching. Help us create more awesome content for you. Like, comment, share, and hit subscribe to stay connected with Retro Pick.